Hi guys, Dan Cooper here from Pro Tools Expert, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at Zynaptiq's new reverb plugin, ADAPTIVERB. Now let me ask, straight from the outset here, do we need another reverb plugin? Well, we probably don't need another emulation of a reverb, or one that gives us, beautiful bright sparkly plates and spring reverbs. No, this is very different. This isn't a room or space reverb. This is more synthesis meets reverb. Let me give you a quick example of this synthesis reverby sound on piano. Let's pull the wet dry down. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? So let me give you a very quick overview of the plugin. Now with Zynaptiq plugins, you've always got a few different sort of modes of use, that being, let's say, beginner and advanced. Now on the main page here, we've got an XY control, mixed between sustain and reverb mix. Harmonic filtering, this is to do with the synthesis. Let's turn the wet up. There's richness control here. Got input air. Now this adds some sparkle to the input of the reverb, because as the reverb sort of decays, it gets a little bit duller. This helps to retain brightness. Reverb size. Reverb source. And we've got the all-important low cut. Now we've got this freeze option. We've seen this in a few other reverb plugins, so it's nice to have. So it's very useful for sort of sustaining the last note of a reverb there. And that will just keep going until I unselect that. So you can still play around with some of these settings. So we can find presets at the top here. Zynaptiq have included loads, and I mean loads and loads. It can be really easily flicked between there. I mean, to be honest, this is how I'm using it. I'm not really mucking around too much of all of this. I'm picking my reverbs by just selecting through the presets. Now, the fine tune, this is where things, for me, get a little bit more complicated. So let me just demo this with the electric guitar, clean. Quite like this brightness here, if I turn this all the way up. Adds something there I quite like. Again, we've got richness here that was found on the main page, and we can select the harmonic interval and the amount. Can adjust the pitch. Sounds really nice. Put some of that guitar back in. So over to this little keyboard here, I can set this to the key of the song, which is nice. Again, it's all part of trying to get a nice clean reverb. This really is a plugin that you have to try for yourself. For me, this really is more like using a synthesizer than it is a reverb. I mean, I don't adjust reverbs with the wet that high, and this plugin is kind of forcing me to do that, because that's where the magic is. I mean, just have a listen to this acoustic guitar. Sounds like it's got an organ playing with it. That's just beautiful. Let's put the piano back in and guitar. So what are my final thoughts on ADAPTIVERB by Zynaptiq? Now, if I'm honest, I'm still trying to get my head around it. I need to think of this less of a reverb and more of an instrument, if you know what I mean. For me, I feel I'm going to be using this on the main page more than the fine-tune page, as for me, a lot of these things don't make a lot of sense, just because I don't think this way in music production. I think more creatively. How does that preset sound? Excellent. Do I want more of it or less of it? So it's great that this main page exists, because I think the majority of people that use this are going to be using this to get some really weird and wonderful sounds. Think of this, as I said, as not a reverb, but as a synthesizer that gives you reverb textures and layers. I hope you guys got something from that. I've been Dan, and thanks for watching.